Hello children, now we are going to learn phonetic sounds. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn phonetic sounds? Shall we go now? Hello children, listen here. Now we are going to learn consonant sounds. Are you ready? Shall we learn now? S.
Children, now we are going to learn the sounds of 21 consonant letters. Children, this is C. Now say all of you, C. C sound says K. C sound says K. C sound says K. Now repeat after me. C sound says K. C sound says K. C sound says K. Children, this is letter G. Now say all of you, G. G sound says G. G sound says G. G sound says G. Now repeat after me. G sound says G. G sound says G. G sound says G. Children, this letter is T. Now say all of you, T. T sound says T. T sound says T. T sound says T. Now repeat after me. T sound says T. T sound says T. T sound says T. Children, this is letter D. Now say all of you, D. D sound says D. D sound says D. D sound says D. Now repeat after me. D sound says D. D sound says D. D sound says D. Children, this is letter P. Now say all of you, P. P sound says P. P sound says P. P sound says P. Now repeat after me. P sound says P. P sound says P. P sound says P. Children, this is letter B. Say all of you, B. B sound says B. B sound says B. B sound says B. Now repeat after me. B sound says B. B sound says B. B sound says B. Children, this is letter S. Say all of you, S. S sound says S. S sound says S. S sound says S. Now repeat after me. S sound says sound says S. Yes sound says S. Children, this is letter Z. Say all of you Z. Z sound says Z. Z sound says Z. Z sound says Z. Now repeat after me. Z sound says Z. Z sound says Z. Z sound says Z. Children, this letter is F. Say all of you F. F sound says F sound says F sound says. Now repeat after me. F sound says F sound says F sound says. Children, this letter is V. Say all of you V. V sound says V. Sound says V sound says Now repeat after me. V sound says V sound says V sound says Children, this is letter H. Say all of you H. H sound says H sound says H sound says. Now repeat after me. H sound says H sound says H sound says. Children, this is letter J. Say all of you J. J sound says J. J sound says J. J sound says J. Now repeat after me. J sound says J. J sound says J. J sound says J. Children, this is letter K. Say all of you K. K sound says K sound says K sound says. Now repeat after me. K sound says K sound says K sound says. Children, this is letter L. Say all of you L. L sound says L. L sound says L. L sound says L. Now repeat after me. L sound says L. L sound says L. Children, this letter is M. Say all of you M. M is sounded as M sound says M sound says Now repeat after me. M sound says M sound says M sound says Children, this is letter N. Say all of you. N. N sound says N sound says N sound says Now repeat after me. N sound says N sound says N sound says Children, this is letter Q. Say all of you. Q. Q sound says Q sound says Q sound says Now repeat after me. Q sound says Q sound says Q sound says Children, this is letter R. Say all of you. R. R sound says R sound says R sound says Now repeat after me. R sound says R sound says R sound says Children, this is letter W. Say all of you. W. W sound says W sound says W sound says Now repeat after me. W sound says W sound says W sound says Children, this is letter X. Say all of you. X. X sound says X. X sound says X. X sound says X. Now repeat after me. X sound says X. X sound says X. X sound says X. Children, this is letter Y. Say all of you. Y. Y sound says E. Y sound says E. Y sound says E. Now repeat after me. Y sound says E. Y sound says E. Y sound says E.